Okay.
Hi, thank you very much for coming in for this interview today. We're really lucky to have you. Would you like to introduce yourself to me?
Hi, my name is Michelle Schwartzbart, and I'm here to interview for the position of elementary school teacher. And I'm very happy to be here today.
Perfect. Thank you very much. It's great to meet you, and we'll just jump right in.
Okay.
For my very first question, would you please share with me an example of how you helped coach or mentor someone? What improvements did you see in this person's knowledge or skills?
Absolutely. I work in an after-school program called Bridges currently, and we have a lot of different kids coming into our program, all with different needs. And I, in particular, had one student last year, my first year working on the team, who was going through a lot of grief and loss at home after losing his mother. And he had a very hard time socially and a very hard time adapting to being in a new environment with people he didn't know, away from his dad. And so, as a team, we decided that I would be his quote unquote mentor and give him that extra attention that he needed and help involve him with different games and homework time and activities such as that. And for a while, it was very apparent he did not want to talk to the other kids, play in the games, interact with anyone else, very closed off. And slowly, as the year progressed, I saw him gain confidence, start participating more in the games, actually getting excited about them. And now he's even going out and making friends and taking that initiative on his own. And I'm very proud to see that progress.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For my second question, I'd ask you to share an experience that you had in dealing with a difficult person and how you handled that situation.
Yes. So I choose not to label kids as difficult because I feel like it's negative. But in this instance, I did have some difficulties with one of my students. And he actually has very severe ADHD and some days would not have taken his medication, which made it very, very hard for him to follow instructions, to stay with the group, to do his homework. It was a battle almost every single day. So, of course, we had to speak with the parents about what was going on at home. And so that side, the medication side, could be handled by the parents. But we chose to choose some different strategies to accommodate his needs for those days when he's just having a tough day and understanding that he has that difference that needs a greater level of care and patience. So what we would do is have one-on-one homework time with him and rotate the rotate with my coworkers on who is going to be giving him that special attention and taking him into a room that was quiet and private so that he had the greatest chance of being able to focus and the greatest chance of being able to succeed. And also recognizing that he would need us to kind of take it through those lessons where he was falling behind in school because he was not getting that one-on-one care and attention in the classroom. And that's a big part of what we do at Bridges is identifying that need and accommodating that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And for my third and my final question today, I'm going to ask you to please describe an experience in which you identified the educational needs of your students and successfully developed a way to teach or train them.
Okay, so I would say that a time when I had to identify the educational needs of my students would be when we had a group of girls who were all English learners, and it was two sisters and then their friend, Russian, and the two younger girls barely spoke any English at all. The older girl was able to translate a little bit for us and kind of facilitate that conversation and instructions. But we noticed very quickly that these girls were having a hard time keeping up with the group activities, having a hard time keeping up with their own homework, and having a hard time understanding the instructions that we were given. So what I did for them is I would go into work a little bit early and I would print out lower level like activity pages that I could easily explain to them or have their sister help me explain it to them so that while the other kids are maybe finishing their homework or doing something like that, the girls would also have something to do and have a way to feel like a part of the group and not so outside of the group because I didn't want them to feel like there was this complete disconnect between them and all the other kids who were getting like activity sheets and coloring pages, different stuff like that. I also made it a point to try and use Google Translate when explaining more complicated things and when trying to give them like specific instructions or tell them about rules. And that was a very powerful tool in being able to do that. And the last thing that I did for the girls is I downloaded a Russian keyboard on my phone so that they would be able to type in their own language songs that they wanted to listen to or things that they wanted to show me, or if they were having trouble conveying something in that English word, then they could use the Google Translate and type it out like that. And that was a really helpful tool for all of us, I think. And now I've seen them progress and they are in their English learner classes, but I've seen them progress and start to talk more, come out of their shells. And I can tell that they really are enjoying being in the program now, as opposed to the first year when it was a really scary experience for them to come in and not really understand what was going on.
Well, perfect. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us today and coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.